Guys, morning, happy Saturday, happy weekend, guys. Yeah, we finally made it. To all the great people out there who's always working and needed this break. Good morning to you all. Now we want to talk about this actually. It's an update of a story that we spoke about way back, I believe months ago. That we spoke about the story, and I'm giving you the update. Remember, this man wasn't from Guyana. Remember, he was a former superintendent, but basically lied about he's a U.S. citizen and also lied about that he has the credential to be the superintendent in the biggest Iowa's largest school district. Remember that story that I came and spoke about, guys? And I did actually a live on it. Well, I'm just here to give you guys an update. So the update will be short and sweet. But nevertheless, guys, how are you guys? Without me asking, how are you guys? The live won't be the same. Not only that, guys, remember, we're not out here to be making up any stories about anyone. People make their own stories and we only come and spill the beans and report on it. Remember, at the end of the day, guys, they're the one who made their own mess. So they're the one who's going to sit in their own mess, and we're only out here with our humble opinion. Remember, at the end of the day, guys, we're not here to come and make up anything, tell lies on anyone. If we don't know something, we said allegedly. And even if we know, we say allegedly until this is hashed out in court. Okay, guys? So all of that disclaimer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. So let's get into this content quick and fast. The former superintendent of Iowa's largest school district pleaded guilty Thursday and admitted to falsely claiming to be a U.S. citizen under federal form and illegal possession of firearms. Ian Roberts, a native of Guyana in South America, had initially pleaded not guilty to both counts, which together carry a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison, and a trial was scheduled to begin early March 2026. Roberts affirmed Thursday his guilty plea could have impact on his immigration case, and he could face immediate deportation after he served his sentence. Robert Ascenta has over a 2-decade career in the urban education for 2 years. He was the superintendent of Des Moines Public School District, where served 30,000 students. Robert had shackles around his waist during the hearing, with his feet chained and wrists cuffed. He addressed us, the judge Helen C. Adams, and simple as he acknowledged he understood his rights and the detail of the plea agreement, which he had in front of him, Roberts put on his eyeglasses to follow along. Okay. It is my signature, Your Honor, he said after the signed agreement, and later confirmed it was my decision to sign. Just weeks into school year, by federal immigration officers, the September 2026 arrest stunned community members and drew national attention to history of criminal charges and falsified credential. So remember, I told you that this man falsified his credential to be the superintendent. Also lied that he's an American citizen to even get that job. All right, let's continue. He's from Guyana. A part of Roberts' plea agreement, prosecutors in the U.S. Attorney Office for the Southern District of Iowa agreed not to pursue additional charges against Roberts or others related to these counts. According to the filing, prosecutor also agreed to recommend some leniency, but Roberts' sentence is ultimately up to the judge. Alfredo Parrish, one of Roberts' attorney, told Roberts reporters, after the hearing, that Roberts wanted to accept responsibility, and that's what he did. Though Parrish said personally that the moment was not one of the happiest in his long legal career. Okay? Sorry, because my necklace was stuck, so I was trying to fix it. In a target U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement operation, Roberts was pulled over in his school-issued Jeep Cherokee and alleged fled from the federal agents. They later found the car abandoned near a wooded area and located Roberts with the help of state troopers. Authorities said a loaded handgun was wrapped in a towel under the seat, and there was $3,000 in cash in the car. That's why he got himself in trouble, guys. One day he was driving the school jeep and got pulled over and run away from the troopers, and they chased him down, found a loaded gun and $3,000 cash in the car. That's why he's in this hot water right now. That's why his immigration came raveling, and that's why his credential came raveling down to zero. A federal grand jury in October returned 2-count indictment. According to the plea agreement, Robert admits knowingly, intentionally made a false intention that he was a U.S. citizen with the employment of eligibility, okay? Eligibility, like I said, okay? So his employment eligibility verification form known as 1-9 that he submitted into the school. Robert's answer, yes, Your Honor, when asked by the federal judge if that statement on the 1-9 was in fact false, okay, that carries a punishment up to 5 years in prison and a fine. All right. Robert also faced federal charges on its weapon, punishable up to 15 years in prison. So therefore, this man had a gun and he had no right to the gun. Because if you're in the country basically illegal and not an American citizen, you don't have the right to bear arms. Oh no. In prison and a fine. In addition to one in his vehicle when he was arrested, and a second pistol and a rifle and a shotgun were found during a search of Robert's home, authorities said. So he had so much guns and didn't have proper documents in the States. Robert will forfeit the weapons according to the agreement. He's a lucky camper. Okay, spokesperson for the school declined to comment on Robert's legal proceedings. The district is focusing right now remains on serving the educational needs of the student, he said in the statement. Okay, Roberts completed the 1-9 form when he was hired in 2023 and submitted a social security card, guys. That means it was fake or false or stolen. All right, and driver's license as verifying documents according to the district. He also stated he was a U.S. citizen in his application to the State Board of Education examiners, which issued Robert a professional administrator license in 2023. Robert was subject to a notice to appear before immigration judge in October 2020, just months before his work authorization was set to expire. So not only that, his work permit was expired, he was an American citizen, and he wasn't a superintendent to even work in the school. He never even had the credential. Not only that, they caught him with more than one gun, and when you're in America, illegal, okay, you don't have the right to bear arms, basically. All right, let's continue. Robert was subject to notice to appear to go to the immigration, right? Judge in October 2020, months before his work authorization was set to expire, and a final removal order in 2024, authorities said district official said they were not aware of his immigration issues. So the man under pretense and lie. Parrish has said his client was under the impression for a prior attorney that his immigration case was resolved successfully. Okay? During Thursday hearing, Parrish mentioned that advice of prior counsel as one of the lines of defense he had discussed with the Roberts. Parrish also said that he had discussed arguing to dismiss the firearms charge, citing ongoing cases addressing Second Amendment rights and telling reporter that I am the era of the law in flux. Parrish said during the hearing that one argument in Robert's favor could have been possession of firearm for self-defense, saying Robert had gotten threats as a superintendent and he reported to law enforcement. Parrish told reports Thursday that sentence hearing scheduled for May 29 will be most important, adding that he will address factors that are likely to impact the court decision. So, guys, I'm just giving you the update of the story that I basically gave you this content before, this live before, about this superintendent from Guyana, pretend to be a citizen. Documents was expired. Not only that, lied to be a superintendent and also lied to be a U.S. citizen. So right now, basically, with all of these charges, and he also pled guilty, like I said, guys, and I came and did a story on this guy already. So I want to give you guys a little bit of the backstory, and then I'm going to hop off of this live because I'm not staying long with you guys this morning, all right? So give me a second, not staying long with you guys, I got to run, all right? So when the situation happened, guys, he decided to resign, okay? So let's get to it.
He's sending a letter to the Des Moines School Board, authorized by Dr. Roberts, to resign his position as the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools.
Us here in Des Moines. Breaking news at 4. As you just heard, Dr. Ian Roberts is submitting his resignation as superintendent for Des Moines schools. It comes just days after he was detained by ICE.
And before that announcement, students at Des Moines Public Schools walking out of school in support for Roberts. KCCI has been working hard to learn more about the detainment of Dr. Ian Roberts.
That arrest happened last Friday. We have live team coverage for you right now, from the news we just heard hours ago from Dr. Roberts' attorney to reactions from students and families within Des Moines schools.
And we start this afternoon with KCCI's Pepper Papura with the very latest information that we just received from the U.S. Department of Justice. Pepper, it's now investigating the Des Moines Public Schools for, quote, race-based employment practices.
That's correct, Jody, but we do not know if this investigation is related to Roberts' arrest. The Justice Department sent a letter to the school district telling them about the investigation. It says the department is looking into hiring practices across DMPS. The investigation was sparked by information that the district's employment practices, quote, discriminate against employees, job applicants, and training program participants based on race, color, and national origin in violation of Title VII. A news release on the investigation says DMPS has an affirmative action plan that includes quotas. Assistant Attorney General Harmeet K. Dillon called for the district to cease any such practices and, quote, restore merit-based employment practices. A spokesperson with Des Moines Public Schools says the Justice Department informed the district this afternoon about that investigation. They are reviewing the letter. We've reached out to Iowa's lawmakers over the area that DMPS serves, and we'll have some of their reactions coming up later this evening. Ben?
Okay, we'll look forward to that report in a little while, Pepper. Thank you. Okay. We did gain some more insight today from Dr. Roberts' attorney during a news conference with his legal team.
And our Bo Bowman had the chance to ask several questions during that press conference. Bo joins us now in studio. Bo, walk us through what we all learned here.
Well, Jody, first and foremost, we learned that Roberts had submitted that letter of resignation to the DMPS school board through his attorney. They'll meet tonight to decide whether to terminate his contract or accept his resignation. We also learned that his team of attorneys have filed a motion to stay in his immigration case. Attorney Alfredo Parrish says he couldn't give any further comments on that motion, but he added they're also in the process of filing a motion to reopen his immigration case. I asked Parrish why Roberts wasn't present for the hearing.
So
in
all of that,
2024,
guys,
when that
all right? So immigration status,
he wasn't able to tell.
Immigration status is at bay. Superintendent status is at Ray, and immigration status is at bay. Seriously, people. Not only that, guys, this is the charges that he picked up when they caught him that day driving his car, okay? In his dapper suit.
Well, thank you for joining us at 5. I'm Stephanie Engelson. We begin tonight with major developments surrounding former DMPS Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts. We are now learning more about where he is, a new federal charge he's facing, and a potential lawsuit from one of Roberts' former school districts. There's also a new call by an Iowa State Senator for the State Board of Education to take over the Des Moines Public School District. We have team coverage here in studio and in Des Moines as this story continues to develop. A criminal complaint against Roberts has been accepted by a magistrate judge in federal court. He's now facing a charge related to the illegal possession of 4 firearms. Local 5's J.D. Snover is here to break down that new information provided in these documents.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Stephanie. Federal court documents show some consistencies with previous claims made by immigration officials, such as stating Roberts entered the country legally through a student visa in 1999, and that visa then expired in 2004. The same documents say during that period he applied for permanent citizenship but was denied. Over 20 years of immigration battles involving Ian Roberts came to a close last Friday when he was detained by ICE officers. New court documents allege the officials were dressed in clearly defined ICE uniforms, approached him, and he ran, eventually hiding in a South Side mobile home park. Officers say inside the car, a loaded handgun. Roberts is now facing a charge of being an illegal immigrant in possession of a firearm after federal authorities claim a same-day search of his home led to the seizure of 3 more guns. According to the documents, Roberts had filed for permanent residency multiple more times, including after marrying an American citizen. But that particular attempt was denied because Roberts didn't respond to a request for additional information. The handgun seized at the scene of the detainment, however, was traced back to his wife and registered to her in Arkansas, according to the documents. Roberts was ordered removed by a federal judge in May of 2024. He appealed but was denied because the judge did not find evidence that he did not receive the notice of the removal. According to the complaint, the order of removal was found in a car at his home during the same-day search. Now, the documents also state that the home searched by federal agents was seemingly only occupied by one person and no female clothing was found. As with all criminal charges, Stephanie, the document is an accusation until Roberts is found guilty in court.
Could you imagine? So that was the update of the situation, guys. So he came in 1990 legally in America from Guyana on a student visa. Student visa expired. Okay, guys, the student visa expired. All right. And the student visa expired, guys, and he married to get his documents. That was denied. All right. He ended up lying to say that he's American citizen, which he's not. That was denied as well. And he ended up applying for a superintendent job, the biggest job in the biggest county of Iowa, got the job. And after his criminal allegation and after the charges, everything came raveling. His documents came raveling, his credential came raveling, and everything came raveling. So imagine that you out here in big suits as a superintendent and you don't have credential to be a superintendent. You're out here in a big suit, in big America, walking around knowing that ICE is out here to apprehend everyone, and you end up in a big car knowing that you're illegal in America, also having a firearm. If you're illegal in America, you don't have the right to bear arm. You don't have the right to bear arm. So this man, the day when ICE pulled him over, driving, he ran out of the car and bailed out of the car. ICE chased him down, found him. What they found in the car was $3,000 cash and a loaded handgun. By the time they go and search the home again, they find 3 more guns. So here you are in America with no papers, no credential, and have illegal guns. You don't have the right to bear arm. So right now, possible, the big superintendent will be deported all the way to Guyana the last time we check. Okay, guys? So I had to come and speak about that story. Had to come and give you guys an update. Usually my updates are going to be short because I'm just updating you guys on the story that I already dropped in a whole content. So happy Saturday until we meet again. Bye.